Jason there to the last of the game, right down there. Right down there. Yeah, right there. Hugging. Tell you what, all I can say is, woo! That was just an action-packed 4 quarters of football right there, Eric. If that don't get you excited, I don't know what else would.
Yeah, and for both of these teams, we knew coming into this game it was going to be a hard-fought game. And the players on the field did not disappoint us tonight, and they left it all out there. And Appomattox, they have nothing to hold their head down low about. They need to hold it up high.
Yeah. They were down 14 in the third quarter.
Yeah, and without that fumble there, you never know what kind of game we're going to have.
Yeah, that's just one of those simple things, the center to quarterback exchange, and you practice it. You can do it in your sleep, but once in a while, something happens, and the Hawks were able to get that. And then one other key play was Morgan had a catch. I think he had it around the 15. It looked like he caught it, and then he turned around to run to the end zone, and the ball just fell right out of his hands. And that was really the best hope that the Raiders had there. And who knows, they might have gone for 2 and been able to hand Gretna a loss here tonight. So the Hawks dodge a bullet there at the end. Jeremiah Chambers running the ball hard again tonight. Can't say enough about his effort. Deion Rosser, of course, Chris Hall, Von Bennett, they're still working on that leg, and I don't know yet what that injury is. But they are got that thing wrapped. Looks like they're trying to stabilize it, so not sure on his availability for next week. So we head to Blacksburg next week, so we just don't know about Von Bennett at this point. They're still flexing it like it might be a cramp, but they also look like they're trying to stabilize it. And he'll probably end up going for x-rays tonight, I would expect.
Yeah, I would expect that. And, if he has to miss any significant time with this, that is going to be a big-time loss for the Hawks. But his leadership alone, just on the sideline, is enough for the Hawks. But Rosser, he's a good quarterback. He can lead this team. And, they got the points when they needed it, but having Bennett there would help you out.
All right. Pretty even on the total yards. Gretna had 317, Appomattox 294. I think Appomattox had more penalties. But they had a lot of penalties. And we had that little unsportsmanlike conduct right at the end of the game, which really had no effect on the game. But Gretna, turnovers were a problem tonight. We had a few of those. Jeremiah Chambers, 109 yards. 103 yards for Morgan. He also had a reception, or 22 yards on 2 receptions, and 1 he would like to have again.
Yeah, he'd like to trade those 2 receptions for that 1 they got away from at the end of the game.
But I'm trying to remember. I know the last 2 times the Hawks have come to Appomattox, it's been a rainy, nasty evening, and the Raiders have come away with wins both times. The Hawks have got to feel real good about getting out of Appomattox with a win tonight. A very closely contested game, and it's just back and forth all night.
Yeah, and the Hawks are 4th quarter laps against Heritage, away from being unbeaten.
Yeah, that's true. Again, though, the way they've gotten here, the missed field goal at Alta Vista, and then the drop pass here, makes you wonder if the Hawks aren't destined for something greater this year.
Yeah,
things are falling their way, so to speak.
Yeah, the things are falling their way, and they're having tough games, and that's only going to help them as they go into postseason play, because they're going to be battle tested. And they've played Brookville, they've played Heritage, and next week they're going to be playing Blacksburg and Tunstall as well. You know, all of AA teams, AAA, 3A teams, excuse me.
Well, that's right. The way the ranking system is now, Heritage is, you know, in the upper division of the AA schools is the way I like to describe it. But anyway, it's a great victory tonight, and a hard-fought one, no doubt about that. And Jeremiah Chambers, another good job running the ball tonight. Rosser making the throws when he needed to. Matt Glass, we hadn't called his name all night to make a catch. He makes the winning touchdown catch. And really the only time he was thrown to all night, he's there for that catch. So it all came together, and it's nothing like you know, when a good plan comes together, it's always good. So a good win tonight, and we were talking, you know, earlier. This is a great weekend for sports. We got baseball playoffs, you got high school football tonight, and of course tomorrow Clemson and Florida State. Everybody in the ACC, and of course it's national title hopes as well for each of those teams, because the winner still has a shot and the loser is not going to have a shot most likely. So a lot of exciting action in NFL football with the Colts and Broncos, the featured game. You know, it's a whole lot of things to watch on TV this weekend.
Yeah, I'm going to have my butt glued to the seat this weekend. And
you're going to Liberty tomorrow for that
I'll be
Coastal
going to
Carolina
Liberty
football game.
And you know, that's going to be one heck of a game too. And we had one heck of a game here tonight, Sue Stewart.
I feel like I'm on overload tonight. It's just an exciting game. I was so sure that Morgan had that catch. I was almost getting ready to tote it into the end zone for him, and it just popped right out. So Hawks survive a scare tonight, no doubt about it, and come away with a win, 35-28. And we're going to close things out from here. We've enjoyed bringing this game to you. We were in the fans with the stands tonight. I hope you could hear at least 75% of it, because it was loud up here at times, and so it's amazing, you know, how they can overpower you. But great Gretna fans here tonight supporting the Gretna Hawks, and we were happy to be over here in the stands with them.
Oh yeah, just great support here for these Hawks, and you know, they travel well and they cheer well at home as well. And you know, this Gretna football team probably couldn't do it without the support from the fan group.
Well, we'd like to think we help them out a little bit here and there. So again, a big win, and we're going to close things out and send it back now to our regular programming. But again, we'll be back with you next Friday night. A little bit of a change on the time. It's a 7:30 kickoff next Friday at Blacksburg, so we will go on the air at 7 o'clock is what we're anticipating for next week's game. So a little change there. If you tune in at 6:30, you're not going to hear me. You're not going to hear Eric. So tune in at 7 o'clock next Friday night as the Hawks go on the road once again. This schedule has been tough. We've got to go on the road with Blacksburg, and then we also go on the road to Nelson County a little bit later on.
And sandwiched in between, that's Dan River.
Dan River, and looks like it's coming down to another good matchup with Dan River. The Colonels did the Hawks a favor last week by beating the Wildcats, and so you know, for Dogwood District, you know, it's tight at the top, one loss versus no losses. They're all kind of knotted up there with Dan River and Alta Vista and Gretna, and then right below that Appomattox, Chatham, and then Nelson County and William Campbell going to fight it out, I think, to see who's going to come in last. But anyway, we're going to close out from here. Thank you for all your support, and remember those sponsors you've heard tonight, and we just hope you'll give them the support because it does cost money to advertise, and we would like to think that money pays back in dividends of more sales for our advertisers. So support them. You hear them, support them when you can. I try to do that, and just hope you would too. We're going to close it out now. Again, we're on the road next Friday at Blacksburg. It's the first time we've been up there that I can recall, so it'll be an interesting trip up there to Blacksburg, Virginia, and we'll see how the Hawks fare there next Friday night. Until then, this is Stuart Burnett along with Eric Hall saying good night for now, and we'll be back with you next Friday night at 7 o'clock. Until then, good night for now, and so long. Have a good weekend and a good week. You're listening to Gretna Hawks football on ESPN Radio.
Bye. Careful going home.
What's going on with this charger?